What is going on, guys? Just Jimmy back again with another video slash banger, because guns go bang bang bang. And in today's video, you might find this a little helpful if you are a new gun owner. This is specifically for you guys. If not, anyways, go ahead and support the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, because that's the goal here. And of course, I got something cooking up. I got some gunpowder cooking up. You know, we're gonna put it in the bullet, and then we're gonna shoot, and then we're gonna, I'm sure you guys are surprised that I'm working on, so make sure you subscribe. Anyways, let's get into the video, guys. Here we go. Alright, so what gun to get after your first gun? After your first gun that you've gotten, whether it's a 22, whether it's a 9mm, whether it's a 38, whether it's a 38 special, whether it's a shotgun, anything, right? Bazooka. Make sure, guys, number one, you go ahead and train with your current gun. Okay, I'm assuming it's gonna be an EDC. I'm assuming it's gonna be everyday carry. God damn, sun's in my eyes. Make sure you go ahead and train with. Make sure you're gonna train with it. Make sure you gotta get familiar with it. Make sure you learn how to clean it, disassemble it, put it back together. Make sure you mastered it, right? Because to master one thing is to open many doors with the skills you develop with your EDC. So, what gun to get? My recommendation would be to get the next level from what you've gotten. For example, if you've got a 22, right? You want to go ahead and maybe level up to maybe like a 22. Maybe it's like a 38, right? 38. Or you can, let's say you got 38, you level up to a 9mm. If you got a 9mm, you know what I mean? You get the gist of it. Always get the next thing from what you've gotten, because number one, you're gonna be familiar with, you know, the recoils and the power of the next gun. You don't. To me, guys, think of it like this. Let's say you got the new phone, right? Whether it's the Galaxy or the iPhone, and you know, things are always coming out, and you always want the new thing, the next best thing. To me, guns are like that, right? But as far as calibers, if you got a 9mm, you might want to get the 40. You might want to get the 45. You don't really want to go for the 22. You don't want to go for the 38. That's just my thing, because like I said, you want to get used to the power, because power is just power, right? People love power. That's why people love shooting shotguns. I love shooting shotguns. If you ever shot a shotgun, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, make sure you do, so you know what I'm talking about. Or 30 special, 357 mag. You want to familiarize yourself with these calibers. And again, if you're a person who doesn't like power, or if you're a person who doesn't like the heavy kickback / recoil, then maybe it's probably in your best interest to stick with the little 22s, stick with the little 38s. But you still want to stick around that same category. 9mm are probably like in between everything. That's why police carry them. That's why a lot of the standard EDC for civilians carries them. That's why the military carries them. That's just how it is, right? Now, as far as the grains, what I mean is this: a 9. I'm to put it in simple form, so you guys aren't getting lost. A grain is this. For example, you get a 9mm, right? You get a 9mm gun, right? And you obviously have to buy the bullets. You gotta buy the bullets. Now, not every bullet is created equal. Believe it or not, right? Whether it's a 9mm, whether it's a 22, whether it's a 40, 45, right? It's anything. Not every bullet is created equal. Now, it might fit the gun. It might fit your gun. It might fit your magazine. It might fit your gun, right? But as far as the power, right, when you shoot it, the recoil, aka it's the kickback, that determines on also, not just this, but also on the grains of the bullet. For example, you get a 9mm bullet, right? If you look on the box, it'll say like 115 grain, or it'll say 135 grain, right? Or 100 grain. Depending on that bullet, could also determine on how you like your guns. So I'm kind of falling off track here, but for the people who I want to touch on different subjects here in this video. The people who like smaller guns and who don't usually don't like the heavy power guns, you'd also have to consider the grain of the bullet. Chances are you probably shot a 115 grain 9mm if you did ever shoot a 9mm, right? And let's say you don't like it, maybe before you go ahead and throw the 9mm out of your hands, make sure give it another chance, right? Get the 100 grain bullet that might have less recoil. You might like the gun at this point, right? Or it's 40 or 45. I mean, even so, those guns are powerful anyways. But as far as 9mm, give it a little chance, because 9mm are just where it's at. 9mm are basically they're like the iPhones, right? Everybody wants them, everybody has them, but that's just how the trend is as far as an everyday carry, or as far as like a standard gun, right? Standard issue gun. And by the way, I think it's just good practice as far as like when you get in a gun and you're shooting your gun and you just you kind of just bored your guns. Me guys, I kind of get bored of my guns. That's why I always get guns, especially growing this YouTube channel. So it goes hand in hand. But anyways, if you are a person who's wondering what the hell should I get next, just get the next capacity up, right? Ask your gun person or your gun whatever guy that you got it from. After 38, what comes next? They'll tell you. So I'm assuming you like guns, because if you watch this channel, then you must love guns, right? If you like guns, spread your options out, right? Get every single gun you can. Get all types of guns that you can, because number one, we got the right to. Number two is, just seeing how certain guns are made. It's crazy how guns are made. Number one. Number two is you see how different guns. It's kind of like driving cars, guys, right? If you're in a Honda, you might want to know how it feels like to drive a Mercedes Benz, or if you're in a Mercedes Benz, you want to know how it feels like to drive a Ferrari, or or a Lambo, right? Think of it like that. Everybody wants to try different things, right? Why not just own them, right? And I mean, they're cheaper than cars, but it's an expensive hobby. I'm not gonna lie, right? Ammo these days are not cheap. Since this whole apocalypse happened, gun prices went up, and ammo went up like crazy. So you kind of gotta weigh your options out. If you are on a tight budget and you want the next capacity up, maybe you might want to consider getting the gun first, right? And then kind of just conserve your ammo a little bit. Don't go crazy shooting all your boxes like I did. I fly by boxes like crazy, right? I go to the range with like a 50 cartridge box, and a minute later I'm out. So you kind of gotta weigh that out. But if you're on a tight budget, guys, right now, 22 has always been cheap. It's been the cheapest ammo you can get, and you get a lot for like 10-20 bucks. You'll get a good amount. You'll get a good amount. And 38s, they're not cheap. To be honest, guys, I'm not sure why 38s are a little bit more expensive than 9mm. 9mm, they're not cheap, they're not expensive. They're more like you kind of gotta buy a whole bunch and then save it, buy a little more, and then go to range, right? And do your videos, or do your target practice, do your trainings. But right now, I would say it's always been a 22. That's why I always recommend people getting a 22 at least, especially when you go especially when you go to the range, because then you'll see how it feels like to shoot it. Or even shotguns, right? Shotguns, guys, to be honest, they're the most powerful guns you can carry. One of the most powerful ones you can carry. And guys, the shotguns are not expensive at all. Like, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you ever gone to a gun store, look at the options as far as like the pistols, and then go see how much the shotguns are. They're not that much more expensive. If anything, they're cheaper. Especially boxes of shotgun shells are cheap as hell. Birdshot in particular, you can get a good amount. Birdshot for less than 20 bucks, right? And this is a box of like maybe 20, 30, and then you can practice with that. Anyways, guys, hope you guys find this helpful. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And again, as always, Guns and Trails, the mission is to get to 1,000 subscribers. For those of you who subscribed this week, guys, big shout out to you guys. I'll try to leave a couple here, give shout outs. Yeah, more gun content coming soon, guys. Alright, make sure you like it, grow this channel, grow this video, share the video, do what you gotta do. Comment, leave a comment. If you want to leave a hate comment, go ahead and do so. The comment section is always open. Anyways, this is Guns and Trails. I'm Jimmy signing out. Peace.